What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Last week, I made a video talking about my top 5 moments of triumph inside Destiny. Kind of all of the things that stood out the most over the last year of Destiny. And it had a really great response. And at the end of the video, I actually asked you guys, hey, in the comments below, write down your biggest moments of achievement, your top 5 moments of triumph. And we got a really great response, and almost immediately I realized this has got to be a video. I got to feature these moments because they're just too good to go unnoticed. They're too good for just a comment section to kind of get pushed back a year or more. This has got to go into a video. So I had a little bit of an issue actually how to format this, how to present this. I was just kind of going to pick out my top, the ones that really stood out to me the most, but as I read them, it was so hard to pick them. So instead, we're just going to go through these things, read them live, and have a good time together. So let's start off with Ryan Baxter, and we're going to kind of scroll upward because I kind of thought that starting with the oldest ones and going up to the newest ones was the way to go. So Ryan Baxter said, mine was finding the Murder Row clan. That is going to be a very common theme. You know, finding new friends, I think, is one of Destiny's greatest strengths. And it's awesome that he found a clan, and finding my first Gjallarhorn in PvP. It was his first exotic weapon or armor. That's huge. That's a pretty good first pick. All right, next we got Master FXDZ. Number 5, first Athean hard kill and get the Vex. That's nice. It took me months to get the Vex. Number 4, first Crota hard kill. Number 3, complete the Thorn bounty. That is not an easy bounty to complete. 2, kill Skolas, and 1, the Lighthouse. The Lighthouse is a huge achievement. Congratulations. Sir Isaac Newton, I became a legit hamster. Okay, that's weird. Timothy Ryu, my list is pretty short because I have pretty bad luck, but 3 Manning hard mode Templar, getting a triple kill with 1 sniper shot, that's nice. Finishing Vault of Glass for my first time, getting the Vex Mythoclast, and getting the Icebreaker from Crucible as my first exotic. That's a nice first exotic. Extreme Gaming, 5, fucking up Atheon. 4, getting Vex Mythoclast for my first hard Vault of Glass run. 3, getting Black Hammer on my first Crota's End run. 2, getting 8 Gjallarhorns in the last year through Crota, Solos, and Nightfalls. And 1, meeting and playing with very unique players in Destiny. Fusion Void said, 5, getting the G-Horn after 488 hours of playtime. 4, going 47-2 in the Crucible. That is an awesome score. 3, beating Vault of Glass with my friends and no outside help. We went blind and beat it in close to 3 hours. That is very impressive for a blind run. 2, collecting every exotic. And 1, just playing this game with my friends. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I've shared a lot of memories with my friends. Martin McKellar says, Hawkmoon number 1, Gjallarhorn number 2, beating Atheon with a group after several months of solo strikes, beating Crota on hard mode as the Sword Bearer, then getting to the Lighthouse at our first attempt playing Trials. We had no idea it even existed, and I got the Solar Hand Cannon. Man, I still want that Solar Hand Cannon. 365 Fatebringer number 6, laugh out loud. All right, Andrew says, number 1, getting Galley in Crucible. Number 2, being able to join the clan Alpha Light. And 3, getting Hawkmoon in Nightfall. Imtiaz Mukri, I think. Hey, Briar, pretty much like yours. Getting the Galley, Vex, and joining my clan was number 1. Noah Ratcliffe, the Gamer Grape, says 5, getting my first Legendary. 4, getting my first exotic in February, the Icebreaker. Number 3, beating the weekly 32 for the first time earlier this year. 2, reaching level 32. And number 1, getting 23 kills on my first Iron Banner game ever. I've never had anyone to do a raid with, so I don't know if they're good or not. I haven't even done 26 Vault of Glass. Well, maybe we can find you some new friends to help you get through that Vault of Glass. Xander Wayrick, getting Gjallarhorn as a 25 from an Emgrim. Wow, you got it as a level 25? That's insane. All right, the Hoodie. Number 5, killing a guy with a sparrow in the Crucible. Number 4, I was in the Crucible with 2 friends. I got ammo for my rockets and shot at a guy, but he evaded. Little did he know my rocket launcher had tracking, so the rocket that he evaded came back. Nice. Number 3, finished my first Nightfall strike with 1 friend. Took us 2 hours. I got Mida multi-tool and he got truth. Nice drops. 2, loot drops. Got Galahorn from a Nightfall, and 2 days after, I got another one for doing a skirmish. Finally, got Hawkmoon after grinding it for it since launch. Number 1, getting slapped across the map by phalanxes multiple times. All right, Swift Wit. My number 1 moment would have to be when my whole fire team died. When Atheon was almost dead, I was last alive and I clutched it. Also, when I got invited to my clan almost the same way you did, Briar, just it was in the Vault of Glass. Clans mean everything, you know, it's so much fun. I really highly recommend everybody, they go into LFGs, they try and make friends there. You know, it'll happen for you just like it happened for us. Mark the Beelzebub said, mate, I've played more than 1,200 hours, and finally yesterday I got Crota's word. The last gun from Crota, which I had not had. An insane moment. Chedscast, my best must be getting the Vex and helmet on my first Vault of Glass run. Did it on hard first. I had watched countless YouTube videos on how to do it, just nothing compares to actually getting it done. I was quite early to get that Vex too. That is nice. It took me forever to get the Vex out of the Vault of Glass. Johnny O'Keefe says, Briar Rabbit, love your videos, man. Sharter Keep It has, okay, this isn't one of them, but thank you for subbing anyway, Johnny. Jason Abreu says, my best moment was my first time taking Crota down with his own sword on hard. Gabriel Vieira said, my first exotic gun in the Crucible, the Suros regime. Man, the Suros, people who are newer to the game don't know that the Suros was hot shit in the Crucible. Everybody was using it and it was super OP. It was a great gun. I frankly kind of miss it. Everything Destiny said, I had never completed Crota. I've been a level 34 since the first week House of Wolves dropped. I joined a random Crota checkpoint in progress and it was on hard. We wiped 3 times and on the 4th, we beat him in 2 swords. Crazy thing about it was that it was on hard. I beat hard Crota before I beat normal. I felt great even though I didn't get anything but both the shaders and the helmet. Hey, those shaders are pretty good. Beats means highs. Number 1, dropping Galahorn on Omnigold Nightfall solo. Arc damage mod on 2 took 2 hours. Yeah, man, there's something about that Omnigold strike. I don't like it, you know, especially soloing it. I actually groan when I see it. Number 2, taking down Skolas on Prison of Elders 35, while 1 member of the fire team had a broken mic. Dance when you need the essence taking off of you. We actually did that live on stream. We did the exact same method. We invited a viewer into the Skolas fight. Didn't realize he didn't have a mic, so we basically told him, dance when you need the essence taken. Number 3, finding a red death on a random patrol. That's nice. Number 4, reforging Gillian's demise with Firefly and Outlaw, Fatebringer style. That's a nice roll. Number 5, 365ing my Shadow Price auto rifle. Wish I'd kept the Devil You Know. Those are both really good guns. I have both still. I haven't used the Shadow Price yet, but the Devil You Know is still very good. Coda Bear, I no-scope cross-map no Lambion. Boom! Alex Ray, number 1, after many attempts to get Vex, I finally got it. Number 2, I got all my Trials of Osiris gear within the first 2 weekends. And number 3, got a G-Horn from a Nightfall and 1 from my first 32 Prison of Elders. Nice! Carrie Seabold says, mine is finally joining a clan and doing my first raid since the 5 months I've played Destiny. That's awesome. You know, clans make a world of difference. First loot at very first raid, G-Horn. That's awesome. All right, hold on. There's a read more here I want to click on. All right. Firefox365 says, number 1, beating Crota for the first time on normal and hard. Number 2, beating Atheon for the first time on normal and hard. Number 3, going flawless in trials. Number 4, acquiring the final piece of Vault of Glass gear, bringing me to level 30. That was a huge goal for a lot of early Destiny players. It was very hard to complete your armor set to get to level 30 in vanilla Destiny. Number 5, acquiring the final exotic. Complete my quest for every exotic in the game for all classes and weapons. Now I just need 2 more to get this again. And I gotta say, one of my finest RNG triumphs was the day I got the Vex Mythic class, Galahorn, and Hardlight back to back. Vault of Glass hard mode, Nightfall, and Nightfall. And I guess this really does deserve a place up there, but I don't know where. But I accidentally joined a guy in the tower because I thought he was someone else who was inviting me. Him and I now play basically every day, and has to lead to some awesome experiences. Like 2-manning Crota on normal, going flawless in trials, and just some overall fun. That's a cool way to meet somebody. Fernando Espeda says, my favorite moment is when I first did Crota, and I got the Hawkmoon. That's awesome. Hawkmoon and G-Horn seem to come up on here a lot. Sean Bradell says, getting 3 Galahorns. All right. Alex Marsden, here's my list since you're asking for it. Number 5, my first Mythic class. I got lucky. I was invited to help some randoms with Atheon on hard. It was my first time on hard, but I held my own long enough to defeat him. Then I got it without doing any other part of the raid. Wow. Number 4, the last word. Granted, I bought mine when Xur sold it, but it's still special. I wanted it from the beginning. I immediately bought it and have almost never put it away since, even for hard raid. Number 3, hard Crota. This one was intense. My group was clueless about the raid for the longest time. One night we decided to the normal raid 4 times in the row, hold the cheese. After that, we were ready for hard mode. We went in and spent hours on Crota for multiple days. Eventually we beat him. There was a lot of built-up hate in that last sword swing. I know. Number 2, the G-Horn. I have a team of about 9 friends. I led them in every activity we do. Despite this, they all got their G-Horns before me. Then one day we were in the Gorgon's maze opening the chests. I was last to open it. Before I did, my friend said, welcome to the club, and bam, I got it. RNGesus heard my friend apparently. Number 1, the Kings of Bad Luck. This is my team. We met on Halo Reach after a long hiatus I took with the game. I found a friend with one of my old account's friends list. I reconnected with him and his new friends. Eventually, myself and those who would become part of my team switched to Destiny. We found that we worked well together, but there was one problem. Our poor luck. Without fail, luck was against us. We faced glitches and lags at the point we decided that Destiny itself was against us. So we took this curse and made it our name. Nice. Robert Croft says, getting to become part of such a great community. Destiny has some of the best people. You can go from fighting them in the Crucible to being on their team in a raid or strike, and we all like to help each other. That's absolutely true. Jared Shelton. My top 5 are getting my first legendary weapon, Red Hand. Number 4, beating Vault of Glass hard. Number 3, beating Crota with a sword on hand. 2, becoming level 34. And number 1, going to the lighthouse and getting some of the coolest weapons in the game. Josh Bedford said, I was level 23, got a legendary engram from a random drop. My first exotic was Galahorn. Nobody's going to believe this, but oh well. Naomi Boss says, when I got my last word. Stretch1399 says, my finest moment is when I beat Vault of Glass on hard and got my first Vex and Hawkmoon at the same time. Oh my god, that would have made me pee my pants. Red Teku says, my number 1 is almost exactly the same as yours. I used to have 5 other friends who played, 4 dropped out. The 5th told me about his friend's clan. We did Crota normal, rest of Briar's story. Master Noodle Guy says, my top moment, 800 hours into Destiny, been having a really shite week and have been stressed so much. Desire to fire up Vault of Glass with an LFGer. We kill Templar, and I don't get Fatebringer, but a guy who has never done Templar before that day gets it. Super mad as we head down to the exotic chest expecting to get crap. I get to the chest last and I open it expecting more disappointment. But then I see that beautiful, remarkable, exotic drop. Galahorn. The bloody G-Horn! At that moment, my brain detonated from excitement. I've treasured the memory and the G-Horn since. Keen Zern says, my first 15 kill streak. Pun Cake says, my favorite Destiny moment is when I first beat Vault of Glass. I think that's probably true with a lot of people. Caden Welch says 5, Mida from Crota Hard. 4, a legendary shotgun and 2 legendary engrams from 1 Vanguard Dragon. Wow. 3, Thunderlord from a legendary engram. That's awesome. 2, 10 plus kill streak with Cough Cough No Land Beyond and Cough Cough Hardlight after it became bad. Number 1, me and my friend both get Vex from Vault. The hype was crazy. 2 Vex dropped in the same one. That's amazing. Kobe Prater, when me and my friends one-sworded Crota Hard when House of Wolves was released. Nice. That bastard deserves it. Anthony Romano, my biggest moment of triumph was after months and months of playing Vault of Glass, and after 15 Timebreaker Sparrows in a row, I finally received the oh-so-elusive Vex Mythoclast. I would have screamed if it was 4:30 at night, but I considered it probably my greatest Destiny moment so far. Lonely Creeper, beating Vault of Glass hard for the first time. Absolutely. Devin Wolf, favorite memory was killing Zor and getting Thorn. That is a tough bounty to complete. There's a bunch of reasons it's tough, but Zor is no joke. Reese Valencia, getting 2 Vex Mythoclasts in a row. You bastard! Mr. Leprechaun Gamer, meeting my friend Johnny, Agent Wyoming on Xbox 360 for the first time. We do everything together and beating a new friend called Dragon. We 3 or 2-man everything. Andrew Toner says 5, getting my first exotic the last word. 4, completing my first raid. 3, running in the enemies heavy and getting a 6-man with Golden Gun. 2, first Galahorn, got it from the exotic chest. 1, earning my first Mark of the Unbroken Medal. That is a really good achievement. The Mark of the Unbroken Medal, I think, is almost more rare than going to the Lighthouse. Thomas Haugren. From my first 2 Gorgon's chests, I got my first 2 exotics, Galahorn and Icebreaker. Those are 2 of the best. Kentu Numana said, my best triumph is when I got the Husk of the Pit Boys. All right, what is this? Banjo Kazooie Spaceman says 5, getting a Hawkmoon from Atheon in 2 runs for my new PS4 account. 4, getting to the Lighthouse. 3, getting my friend to the Lighthouse for the first time. 2, getting my first Vault of Glass piece 3 weeks before Crota. Got the set and I did raid every week. 1, killing Atheon for the first time with my friends after an 8-hour blind run. Was worth it. We didn't get anything, but it was really good. 8-hour blind run is more along the lines of what it took me too. It was incredible. Helio Pyrus Ramos. My moment of triumph was getting the G-Horn from a Crucible match after giving up hope of ever getting one, and just to be happy with a rocket with tracking. A few days after getting a second one from a Rumble that I joined by mistake. Unbelievable. Okay, guys, so that was all the comments, and I gotta say I was blown away by the response, but it also was really fun to read through them because so many of those comments, so many of those stories kind of echo basically what happened to me or how I felt about the game. You know, the Galahorn drop was real. That is a big moment for everybody just because the Galahorn is so fabled inside the Destiny community. It's so powerful once you get it. Icebreaker is another big one. Hawkmoon again. Vex, because it's so hard to get, and back in the day, it was easily the best weapon in the game. It was absolutely phenomenal before they nerfed it, and it was so hard to get. Vault of Glass on hard mode, before you could get up to level 32, was very difficult, and a lot of us were running it over and over again at level 29, and it was very, very difficult. So to finally get that Vex Mythoclast was huge. But for me, I mean, it all comes down to the community. It's all about the people we've met. Those are the stories that strike home for me so much because that's what Destiny has given to me. That's what Destiny is really all about, is forcing us as a community to play together in these 6-man raids to try and work together to achieve something awesome, to each individually, you know, hope to get that Vex Mythical Ass, that Fate Bringer, but also being psyched when your friends get it too, and to kind of support your team through these raids has been an enormous achievement, and I think one of the best parts of Destiny. And also, you know, these long-term relationships that have come through the clans. Anybody who hasn't formed a clan yet or joined a clan, I highly recommend it. It really is the best part of Destiny. So that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you so much for all your comments. It really was a joy reading through them. I had a great time just reading them, and it was really fun to make this video. So thank you again. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.